Forgot about that.
And then, actually, let me run the intro while I have a couple of seconds. This is round of 16 game. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, DominateDominion.com, League of Legends Dominion Tournament number 28, powered by Cybersports Network, great website. And these two teams, we have Beware Tall Grass versus Epic Fail. Beware Tall Grass on the left side. We have Leona+Vayne, Dusakar as Leona, Zenthian with Pantheon, Nautisan playing Karma, and Kless using Diana. One half your casters today. I'm Gandair, and with me is...
Nix87. You can just call me Nix, by the way. Nix87 is a very big mouthful, so...
Oh, we got Heartseeker Vayne. I love that skin. Seeing Karma with the tether right away to help scoot people on. Vayne's a little bit of a slow champion, so I think that's pretty cool. Both teams heading up towards the upper end of the map.
As we can see, Maokai is indeed bottom lane. She's starting with Catalyst, which is a very standard start on Maokai to give him some sustain in the bottom lane.
Ooh, missed with the grab.
Yeah, that would have been bad news for Karma there. Pretty good bandage toss there by Amumu, capturing Vayne in that.
And now Dusakar and Nautisan kind of sectioned off away from the rest of the team, but that's going to enable Zenthian to get a little bit of cap and force people to come back up towards the top tower there. And as a result, the fight swings up that way. Box it's keeping Dusakar back away from the fight. Slightly off goes down, and so does Nautisan, followed up by Dusakar, and... Pantheon getting taken down. It's just Yorick left. Good bandage toss right there by Boxkewitz. And they're going to sweep the windmill fight right now.
Yeah, very good job by purple team there. I have colorblind mode on. You can see blue team is trying to kind of stop them from going back because they're already weak from that fight. Maybe they can try and do something. Looks like they're trying to push the lane towards to get some minions to tank the tower for them. Bottom lane, looks like there's a gank going on bottom lane. Kless trying to run for his life. Cassiopeia and Maokai doing too much for Kless, but he does revive. He'll probably go back to the tower just in time. Looks like there's a fight going on top. Blitzcrank drops down. They're diving to Mumu. Mumu has no ult, unfortunately, because he's only level 5, and the blue team manages to pick up those 2 kills and take the windmill fight again, or for the first time, capping that point for them. So I was talking about, they forced purple team to stay top while at low health, and then engaged under the tower once they pushed the minions to them. It's very interesting gameplay there.
We had Ern using his revive to get back up to the top, but not quite able to get that in time. With the lopsided engagement up there, with 2 down and 3 up at the top, they were able to turn that around there. And now we see in the middle of the map, we have Epic Fail's team there, Misfortune and Blitzcrank are right there, and Yuri, and this is one grab or bandage toss away from disaster, and tumbles right on out of the way. Good dodge right there, Yuri, and bandage toss does not connect either. Nautisan with the, whatever that thing is called, Spirit Bond right there. Helping his teammate out just a little bit. I don't quite know all of Karma's abilities. I don't cast a lot of Karma, so I'm still learning. We can learn together, guys. A lot of abilities in the game. Both teams just kind of getting a little positional disagreement right here. Cassiopeia wants to see what's going on in that bush. She decides to throw a miasma in there and chase anyone who would be in it out. And there's the engagement. Misfortune with a very good line to deliver that ult right there is able to help kill Pantheon. Put a lot of hurt on Urian as well. Urian a little hesitant to enter into the fight. There's not really good direction for him to engage. He gets into a disagreement with Amumu in the jungle as Nautisan and Dusakar chase slightly off back behind the tower there. And it looks like Vayne, Urian, was able to escape down south.
Just a Misfortune is pretty fast though with that passive. It looks like she's able to finish her off. Cassiopeia died under mid tower there, unfortunately getting separated from her team. That fight right there was what I was talking about earlier, where purple team could just lay down their AoE ultimate and just decimate team fights. You have Cassiopeia, Misfortune, Amumu, and Blitzcrank just press R and the team will just die immediately.
Blitzcrank splitting off right there to pick up the windmill. That's a very good play. Seeing that the fight was pretty much won, they had MF going down to put some pressure on bot and force Diana to go around and come back, and there was really no one to challenge windmill while they had 2 people chasing Cassiopeia behind the refinery.
Looks like there's a dive going on bottom lane. Kless getting caught out by both Misfortune and Maokai. He's pretty durable though. It just barely goes down to an auto attack by Misfortune. Leona there, though, to stop the cap from going on. There's some action going on in mid. Kind of testing waters by purple. Looks like Urian wants a piece of Blitzcrank with those silver bolts, but Purple team backing up.
Blitzcrank goes for the grab, though. Pulls now to send right in under a tower, and a good bandage toss seals the deal, though, being able to take him down.
Those Blitzcrank grabs can easily end a siege just by pulling into a tower and keeping them in place for a good 2 to 3 seconds with Power Fist. So it's pretty important for Blitzcrank to land those grabs and Power Fist. Looks like Misfortune getting caught out by Vayne. Vayne getting grabbed! Wow! That was a really good grab by Blitzcrank there. Very impressed.
Xanthian comes down in from the top for Misfortune, but not able to land it, and we got the bullet time goes off right there to help clean that up. Not sure if she really needed to blow the ult like that, though. Not sure about that ult use, but when you want to secure a kill, why not?
Yeah, it'll be down for another 105 seconds. It's about a minute and a half, so she'll have to be careful. Going back in vision there, I don't quite agree with that as a player myself. Generally, if you want to go back, you make sure you run into Fog of War. But I guess she wasn't too worried as they had pretty much aced top lane. Looks like they're going for some more jungle control. Cassiopeia picking up the relic again. Amumu engaging with that ultimate. Let's see if Cassiopeia drops her ultimate. Doesn't hit anybody with it. Pretty good job by blue team. Unfortunately, Misfortune is left to basically crush everybody on her own. And she just, wow, she just melted the team there. Only Leona just barely able to escape there with 50 hit points left.
Having to use that solar flare for the slow, too.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with those ranged carries. If you leave them unchecked, they will just rip apart your team.
And there was no one really to chase Misfortune out of the fight. The Zenith Blade didn't connect where it needed to in that fight. Was not able to sort of, get the sticky tape out and get taped on to MF there. But now, we got 4 people coming from 2 different directions. We got a slow right from the Spirit Bond, and coming around from the other side, Pantheon lands with a stun, but Boxkiewicz comes right into the fight, following him up, but it immediately retreats back onto the towers. Blitzcrank gonna throw down the stag field. Yes, he is. Urian's gonna take some tower damage and get on out of there. He's gonna circle back around and head into the fight. There's a defensive garrison on the tower to help keep it alive, but Beware Tall Grass is doing a really good job of kind of working things up here. Good job dodging the solar flare there for Epic Fail. Being able to, the Zenith Blade so close up there. Boxkiewicz goes in on a Urian. Urian could die here if he's able to land one more tantrum, but thankfully for Urian, that Condemn helped to lock Amumu down long enough to deliver the final bit of damage before Urian could be killed. Now Descend staying behind to cap. Good guy now Descend. See that Amumu is taken care of. Just staying behind, cap the tower. Everything is cool.
Looks like Diana and Maokai exchanging a little bit of harass. Diana going back to shop some more. None of the items seem out of the ordinary currently. We see Amumu picking up Sweeper to try and end those stalemates. Misfortune going off there at top tower, not doing that much damage. Cassiopeia and Misfortune forced to retreat from the Vayne. Unfortunately, Leona is there to try and stop them. Blitzcrank getting caught out. Everyone seems to be engaging it. Trickle in Lolonomics here. The Leona all going off, catching off three people separated from each other on each side. Unfortunately, Amumu turns out more damage than Leona does, so Leona can actually clean up Pantheon and Karma there. So it looks like Purple has a pretty good chance of taking this top point from Vayne. Let's see if Vayne can at least kill somebody. No, Vayne's just going to back off and let them have the tower.
It's a little bit too much crowd control up there. I mean, that was one Power Fist away from disaster. Now, Urian, yes, could have cleaned that up, but was just not in the right position on the map to be able to engage that from a favorable angle. With Blitzcrank right there, he couldn't really get up around and get into the bushes, because Blitzcrank could have gone one way, Amumu could have gone the other, and they would have been pinched with really no way to escape from that. Now, Descend's going to go up here, he's going to start the cap on this tower, it's going to draw out any defenders that may be up there, which is going to be Cassiopeia, but immediately Xanthian goes up there to take care of her. Blitzcrank pulling Pantheon to him. Not so sure about pulling a Pantheon to you. And neither is Blitzcrank at this point, getting taken down up there. Point begins to be captured and is going to go neutral and turn over, but looks like Amumu and Misfortune are heading down towards the bottom point.
They have other ideas. In general, whenever you lose top tower and you're still full health, best point is to gank bottoms. The MMKH flowchart. Just win top, lose top, gank bot.
Garrison down there by Class is going to say, no, thank you. I got the message, but I don't feel like subscribing to your newsletter. She is going to get taken down but I believe she's delayed long enough to enable the other team to get there. See, Hextech Sweeper set off in the bush over there, or the Fog of War rather, to let them know what was going on. Duskar getting caught by the enemy team there. Zenthian, a good banish toss right there, but a nice solar flare on Karun. It's going to enable Duskar to do a lot of damage now, and Zenthian back on the field, able to get in and seal the deal on Miss Fortune. Now Duskar retreating back to the neutralized point. Box with Rebel Dragon, but Rebel Dragon looking a little bit low on mana. Amumu throws down the ultimate there, and Duskar is able to get that little extra distance. Duskar, I'm scared for you, and for good reason, because Amumu had that bandage toss and delivered it. He was just trying to help. Leona, you were injured. Bandages, they're good, right? No, not quite. Oh, sorry.
That was very unfortunate for Leona there, trying to escape with her 10 hit points left. While that fight was happening bot lane, during mid, there was a small skirmish between Miss Fortune and Blitzcrank and Karma+Vayne. Unfortunately, all that was left was the two support champions, and they basically were slap fighting each other, unable to do anything there. Cassiopeia going for the mid shrine again. This time she's getting caught up. Hit both with the ultimate. Mumu missing that important bandage top there. Looks like Vayne and Leona are going to back away from this if they can. Blitzcrank dropping very low. Oh, unfortunate condemn there by Vayne, knocking Blitzcrank out of Leona ultimate.
And Kless coming up from the bottom, and that's one thing you've got to worry about when you engage near the bottom lane, is having them come up from their position. And Diana is a great champion for doing that, being able to use that Lunar Rush to catch up to a fight. And see Kless contributing a lot to this fight. Now Desan helping Kless stay alive even longer than normal, and Duskar going to help clean up slightly off right there. But now Box, Kiwitz, and Karun. But Karun gets condemned into that wall, though. Vayne does a tumble back, expecting a skill shot, but one did not happen. Rebel Dragon coming from the back, misses with the airborne, but gets caught with everything else. Yorick tries to tumble back out of the way. Not going to be able to manage it. Zenthian taking Amumu down right there. That's what's up. Walk into bushes, find Pantheon, no problem. Kless opting not to go for that Lunar Rush. However, Rebel Dragon getting a little bit away from her team right there. Kless keeping up, dragging her back into Zenthian. And now, over the wall with the grab, Urun tries to save Maokai, but is not able to do so, and is now getting pushed back up against the tower with a large creep wave building.
Yes, indeed. Blitzcrank looks like he's going to try and hold this for Cassiopeia, who can actually clear that creep wave pretty easily, particularly with Rylai's and the amount of magic pen that she has with haunting guys and sword shoes. So yeah, she's just going to clear bot lane until Maokai gets back up, which will be now. Looks like Purple Team's AoE ultimates are coming back up, so we'll probably see another 4v4 engagement top. It looks like Blue Team is positioning itself to be in a favorable area in the enemy jungle here. Looks like Amumu is being spotted out there by Blue Team. Engages onto Karma. These fights on all angles here. No one knows where to engage properly. There's the Miss Fortune ult and Cassiopeia ult. All the ults are just going down. Zenthian going down low. He might be the first to drop. Vayne trying to pick up a few targets here in the brush. Miss Fortune being left on her own to kill poor Leona, and Karma getting caught out. Yorick getting caught out alone. Everyone to split and run away as soon as Leona drops. Looks like, ooh, Yorick's gonna go down to another tantrum. No, he gets the condemn just in time with Pantheon to stun him. Looks like Yorick can try and juke out the banish toss. Does juke out the banish toss to get the health relic safely, and they can fall under tower and try to turtle here for a bit. So Leona gets like the garrison going down and trying to engage on Miss Fortune with the cleanse. Oh my god, this fight won't end.
No, it's a very prolonged engagement with a couple team members dying, coming back, breaking off to do something else. We saw Karun go back for the Storm Shield. Duskar, who came back at full health, died, came back. And we have the Urn over here. Hey, now Desan. Now Desan. Don't get too close to that. Karma, you're very grabbable, and there we go. The jig is up, slightly off, being slightly out of position out there, or maybe they just decided to go for it and try and pick up Nadesan, but he was just too far away to be able to connect with.
He jumped again. He thought he probably could get his Miasma on top of Nadesan, which allowed the Blitzcrank to grab easily because you get the slow from Miasma on top of the Rylai. So it looks like Nadesan's still getting caught out here, but he's incredibly tanky with Frozen Heart and the Unholy Grail. Blitzcrank going down incredibly fast to Vayne. Cassiopeia being dropped down as well on purple side. Miss Fortune getting caught out between Leona and Pantheon, being burst down incredibly quickly there, and leaving Amumu to run away crying on his own.
He's so sad. He's sad for his teammates, and he's sad that Urn wasn't there. Now, whoa, nice bandage toss out of that condemn, immediately covering the gap that was created there to turn back around, get into the fight. And now with Urn there, it's gonna be a lot of control they have. Duskkar's gonna have to really work to try and keep Urian alive right there, and he's doing the best they can. Lands the Zenith Blade, Eclipse goes off. Zenthian coming in right there to help out as well. Crew not able to find Urian with the ultimate, however, and Urian's just running and running and running. Zenthian jumps right out of the AoE from Miss Fortune there to try and deliver some more damage, but really isn't able to secure that kill now. And now Naoto-san is a little bit too close to the enemy team. Gets taken down by Blitzcrank, actually, and they're going to make a play for the refinery right here. Urian, you're a little bit low on health. I'm kind of scared for you, man, but it's up to you to stop this from happening. He's going to shoot at Blitzcrank, and he's going to get uppercut, maybe? Yes. Bad things happening to him. Diana coming up from the bottom to try and hold on to this Pantheon now. Coming down, but with Kless coming up from the bottom lane, that's going to enable Rebel Dragon to pick up the bottom point, and is going to give them 4 captured points. 3, excuse me, the minions neutraled the drill and made me a liar.
Yes, but that was Quest, which is very important as it knocks about, 20 points off the enemy team. If you get that end Quest buff, which is an extra 10% damage all around. But yes, Drill is neutralized. Amumu skipping Drill to try and reinforce Blitzcrank at top tower here. Miss Fortune, who's the faster one, is going to try and cap that and then try to rush top. Cassiopeia on her way hitting the speed shrine. Looks like Mumu is going to try and stall for this. Very good stall because Mumu is incredibly tanky with his items. With Odin's Veil and the amount of armor he has is ridiculous. Pantheon going down just because of the sheer tankiness of Amumu and the Garrison hitting both of them at the same time. Very good play by Purple Team there. Just trying to force the mid and then Rebel Dragon capping bottom for the quest. Pretty much turn that fight.
Yeah, Amumu picking up that kill actually with the Odin's Veil, so literally killing him with his tankiness as he was chasing him around. Now you're in the bottom of that, but the sapling is like, whoa! That's, what the hell? That sapling looked wacky. Is this a new Maokai? Whoa! It's the Maokai!
Yeah. It is one of the new Grave Form Maokai, Graveyard Maokai. It looks like Maokai is being engaged on by Kless on Diana, but Amumu there to try and help out. Kless is going to have to back out of this and some time. Diana doesn't have that very good of an escape mechanism. Unfortunately, it looks like Rebel Dragon's going to be able to cap bot tower. Top point, it looks like Blue Team is able to pick off with the Garrison and just flat out dive Purple Team and just score a double kill with Pantheon. Very good job. Unfortunately, they're trading top for bot. Pantheon trying to jump in on the low Rebel Dragon, who doesn't have very much armor aside from the Glacial Shroud. Unfortunately, he's going to eat a lot of AoE magic damage. Just can't take down Rebel Dragon. Rebel Dragon refuses to die.
Naoto-san's had it under control though, was able to pick that kill up there, and now Kless and Naoto-san are working over box Q-Hits and chasing him back away from the tower, and Karma right there having to take a lot of damage from that that bullet time there, but Kless right over the wall uses that Lunar Rush right there. And now the engagement seems to be going Karun's way, though. Kless not able to dish out enough damage before Karun was able to kill him. However, Naoto-san was bought enough time to be able to capture the point. Though, meanwhile, in the top half of the map, Duskar is defending this point 1 versus the world, it seems. No, Urian is able to come up from behind, and that Solar Flare not really connecting, though. That's not going to help out terribly a lot, unfortunately. But Duskar still has a lot of life and a lot of mana, except box Q-Hits with that cutoff coming up to the top from behind. And a good bandage toss over to Zenthian as well. Red Team, epic fail, doing an epic not very fail, turning around that top fight in a very convincing and pretty well executed manner.
A very good job by Purple Team there with the cleanup. Again, we kind of saw Vayne needs a little bit more protection than what Leona's giving her. Unfortunately, there's a lot to protect Vayne from in terms of AoE damage. And Leona can only keep people from getting to her. It takes Vayne to tumble out of the respectable skill shots to avoid all that damage. Looks like there's going to be an engage at top tower. Blitzcrank too fast for the Vayne, even with the Spear Bond. Vayne getting caught out by Amumu, the stun going off, but the pull and the ultimate. Vayne going very low, Blitzcrank going very low. One more bolt, yes, that kills Blitzcrank. The true damage should be able to rip through for Amumu there, but Amumu not giving up on Narusan on Karma. Karma dropping low, but that's when the Karma was best. Dropping shields and heals at stronger strength. Cassiopeia getting caught up, unfortunately can't make it back to her tower. Bullet time taking a good chunk out of it, but not finishing at any one of the teams. Misfortune trying to lifesteal her way past poor Pantheon. Pantheon kills her just in time. Unfortunately died to I don't know
Now
what.
Descent just a tad late getting up there to save his friend. Would have been able to, which is a little bit late. So now Descent, that's on you, buddy. Give you hell for it later, but slightly off, getting condemned slightly off into that wall there. Urian, though, that overdrive and airborne combo from Earn there, being able to take him down. And now it's going to leave the top point open. There's no defenders up there. It's going to be just a solid straight turnaround.
Blue team really needs to regroup, change up their strategy. They cannot win a full 4-on-4, I think, at this point, just because of the amount of AoE that purple team has, and Urian just doesn't have the capabilities to the range or anything just to dodge it all. Pantheon engaging on Misfortune there, unfortunately getting a lot of CC, the Heartseeker Strike not being able to do enough damage. Misfortune and Blitzcrank and Amumu forcing blue teams to back off. Leona trying to go for the full engage. Bursts down Misfortune. Unfortunately, Vayne went down as well. That's most of blue team damage there. Looks like Narusan and Leona trying to make their best, trying to stall. Karma going down. Everyone on purple team very low. Unfortunately, Leona is not best known for her killing damage. He needs support. Leona is sad.
She did get a pretty sick solar flare in that engagement. I'm happy about that. Slightly off. Uh-oh, he kind of sees what's coming there. Otherwise, that would have been a very unfortunate recall. It's a very unfortunate Pantheon, though! Down from the sky. Gets petrified. Just doesn't care. He's like, you can see what's going to happen to you the second this wears off, right? Got frozen right in the stabbing pose. Drives that right into Cassiopeia, takes her down, but gets pulled by Earn back into his teammates, and one of those teammates happens to be Misfortune, who eats an immediate exhaust from Zenthi and has a very good bullet time. There was no one to interrupt that there. The Aegis was already down, and now Descend trying to run away, but Blitzcrank's like, nope, get back here. Now Descend decides it's a great idea and decides to try and go for Misfortune. See him circling around up there to help Dusakar out with that. Now they're going to turn their attention over to Earn. Except for Narusan, who's at the summoner platform, and his attention can't go anywhere, but Dusakar's going to stay on him and be able to take him down. And now Boxkiewicz and Dusakar having a disagreement of sorts up at the top lane. A stun, a bandage toss, various abilities getting kind of passed back and forth like a subway train. Zenthian over the wall there, comes in, drops the stun on Boxkiewicz, who's getting really low on health. He's only got a couple hundred left. A full duration Heartstreaker lands, kills him with a spear shot, and is going to turn around the windmill. But what happened bottom lane, Nyx?
Meanwhile, bottom lane, blue team went for a gank, managed to kill Rebel Dragon, capping their bot lane, and then Pantheon immediately went back top to secure top lane, which is very interesting gameplay. Again, it's the whole beep boop MMKH flowchart there. Win top, lose top, gank bot. It doesn't matter. And the gank bot bought them enough time to actually secure top lane again. Blue team is now in control of top lane. Looks like Misfortune being engaged on. Look at that sticking power by Leona and the insta-give by Pantheon there. That's what I was talking about earlier in team picks. Leona can either peel or stick. It doesn't matter. She's such a good pick either way. The Amumu all going up, catching all four of blue team. Unfortunately, it's not enough. It's 3v4. Blue team managing to clean up the rest of purple. So they're hopefully going to try and pick up this midpoint here. Blitzcrank reviving, trying to stop people. Let's see if you can clean up what's left of every. Those Karma heals so strong with the shield. She's at low health, that passive kicking in. Bullet time going off to pick up Blitzcrank there. Unfortunately, the stun by Condemn on Vayne picks up the Misfortune. They're going to back off here. They feel they don't want to commit too many more resources to the mid tower, and they're going to try and gank bot here. See what happens.
Maelstrom gets...
Looks like
okay, Maelstrom got thrown down on the tower there, and Kless got in to pull Maokai back on out of it to enable Yorick to deal that damage without having any of that get mitigated. And the tower is going to go neutral, though. Blitzcrank would have only been able to grab one of them there, and now Colette's going to jump right through to Karun to try and take him out before the game ends. Not going to be able to do that, unfortunately. Beware Tall Grass. Going to pull out the victory here. They're going to go on to the round of 8.